What's up guys, Jeff here with Grit City Fitness and Performance, and today I want to give you a little bit of a technique or training tip to help reduce low back pain or mid back pain. Now mid back pain and low back pain are actually very common in training just due to posture in general, as well as just a small couple tweaks that sometimes are made during a movement. However, there's one simple fix that you guys can do and implement right away to help reduce low back pain right off the bat and help make sure you're pulling, squatting, bending, or hinging it better in general. Now, what it is, or the reason that a lot of people have back pain during movements themselves is they overflex. So if we were to look at me from the side, if I was to lean forward, I have a forward curve. Now, if we were again looking from the side here, I'll raise my, can't see that well. If I was to lean back, I have an arch, right? I'm extendedly flexed back. Now, what ends up happening when I go in that position is my low back starts to compress. I also get overactive spinal erectors during that point. Now, one thing when I do overflex, if you guys look in the front, you guys can actually see how I go from a normal position to this extended back position or flex position. You can see that my ribs are poking out. Now here's a simple trick or tip that you guys can start implementing right away when you're doing kettlebell swings, deadlifts, squats, basically any movement that you feel like your low back or mid back starts to flare up on, okay? All you have to do is focus on flat ribs, all right? Very simple. So a good easy trick for this, start in the side profile position for you. Okay, you can even reach behind if you want. I'm just gonna do it so you guys can see. Go into a flex position, okay? Feel where your ribs start to extend. From there, collapse over. Feel where your ribs are depressed, right? Depressed back into the stomach. Now from here, try and go into neutral posture. Neutral posture with the shoulders back is going to be a good spine position so you're not compressing the low back, over engaging the spinal erectors or anything else, all right? Just by simply fixing that tweak, that overextended position in, let's say, a deadlift, I have now allowed my back to be nice and long. I have a normal rib and spine position, and I can pull, deadlift, hinge, squat, any of my movements correctly without putting extra pressure on my low back or mid back and compressing that. That's a simple trick for today. All you have to do, focus on performing your movements with the rib cage in neutral position. So if you feel like you have an extensive flare, right, where you can actually push your ribs, recess them back to neutral, that's your movement pattern position, okay? So just by doing that, you can fix a whole lot of low back pain, really focus on performing those movements like deadlift, swings, hinging movements, squats, anything like that with a neutral rib cage. So again, we're not depressing it to where we go into, I like to call a turtle shell, and we're not extending or flexing back to where we have the exposed ribs. I always like to just think about if I was standing in front, or someone was standing in front of me while I'm doing my movement, if they can punch me in my ribs and it would hurt my actual ribs by punching, that means I'm flared. Now, if I feel like a turtle, obviously that's no good either. So it's just about keeping good posture position through my ribs, not extending or flaring the ribs or flexing back, and staying in a nice neutral position as I hinge and move, okay? Start implementing that into your squats, your swings, your deadlifts, any of those kind of movements, and you should automatically start to reduce some irritation in the low back. Have fun, ask any questions that you might have, guys. I'm here to answer them. Again, Jeff with Grit City Fitness and Performance. If you guys have questions or need more movement and tips, just comment below and I'll be more than happy to help you.